Agriculture is a fertile ground for digitization. Why Indian agricultural sector should grow up in coming years. Raising incomes are asking for diet diversification among Indian middle class. Why diet diversification is turning out to be a new challenge for India. What is the need for digitization of Indian agriculture? Can digitization be a game changer in Indian agricultural sector? GS Paper 3, Issues related to agriculture. What is the context about? The numbers around India's agriculture sector are staggering. It accounts for nearly 15% of India's gross domestic product. It constitutes 10% of the overall exports. Over 58% of rural households depend on the sector as their principal means of livelihood. Most importantly, it feeds more than 1.2 billion people. Meeting India's growing food demand requires improvements on multiple fronts: availability, affordability, consumer awareness, quality, safety and access to food. A holistic digital platform can help address these and catapult Indian agriculture to the next level. Why Indian agricultural sector should grow up in coming years. Driven by a growing population, in particular an expanding middle class with higher incomes, the sector has seen a sustained increase in demand, especially over the past decade. India, however, continues to face significant bottlenecks in feeding nutritious food to a large chunk of the population, leading to issues around chronic undernourishment and malnutrition as well as lifestyle diseases. To feed the currently undernourished population, India would require a 3 to 4% increase in food supply. With the population expected to grow even further, the strain on the sector is likely to grow more in the coming years. Raising incomes are asking for diet diversification among Indian middle class. Why diet diversification is turning out to be a new challenge for India. The generally observed trend is that rising incomes lead to diet diversification, away from staple grains and towards higher cost foods like poultry, fruits and vegetables, and dairy products. To meet demand requirements in the coming years, dairy sector requires significant investments to improve its productivity and ensure that the sector sustains its growth. Substantial gaps in availability of livestock feed supply and competition for acreage from food crops pose fundamental threats to necessary dairy production. Rising incomes will also drive higher consumption of edible oil. This poses a major challenge as high import dependence means an uncertainty in supply and potential for significant variability in prices. At the same time, multiple other issues, such as double cropping, lack of crop rotation, lack of time for soil recreation, are putting further pressure on fertility and yields. What is the need for digitization of Indian agriculture? The logical step for the agricultural sector, especially in India, would be to build an all-inclusive digital platform. An inclusive platform will be able to provide end-to-end services for farmers, from selecting crops, optimizing plantation timings, seeding and fertilization rates based on plants' actual needs and regulatory requirements and limits. All the data collected during a crop cycle can be compared with other farmers who grow the same crop in similar conditions. Lessons learned from one field can be applied automatically to another to maximize output. Thus, digitization can help to improve the yield of major broadacre crops by between 20 to 30%. The sector is also ripe for the use of big data analytics and artificial intelligence, technologies that have been deployed successfully in various sectors across the globe. Can digitization be a game changer in Indian agricultural sector? Digitization will help to track produce from farm to the table. In the process, it will reduce wastage in the value chain, a huge issue in India currently, and improve food safety. Technology can help detect pathogens and allergens before they reach consumers. It can also help address the price discovery issue. With no data on volumes, prevailing prices or inventory levels, there is little information for buyers or sellers to make informed decisions. This information gap is a barrier to the entry of new players and, hence, increased competition and better price discovery. Thus, establishing such a digital platform will not only help improve yields and meet the growing demand, it will also be a game changer for the sector.